And you know, nothing is more dangerous to our NHS than pretending you'll be able to protect it without being able to say where the money is coming from. You can't fund the NHS with an IOU, and the Conservative Party need to learn that lesson. Because this is the road that leads only to broken promises and working people paying the price, with higher taxes and public services undermined. The Tories are the party of sums that do not add up and commitments that will not be kept. We are a party that will keep our commitments, and every promise we make is paid for. That is the difference between the Labour Party and the Conservative Party. But you know, I don't pursue, we don't pursue this responsibility for its own sake. It's the essential, strong foundation on which we build. Because I tell you plainly today, we have to change the way this country is run and who it is run for. Because for too long, the British people have been told something that just isn't true. That what's good for the richest and most powerful is always good for the whole of our country. That as long as a few individuals and companies are okay, we can just wait for the wealth to trickle down to everybody else, with one rule for the few and another rule for the many. And what does it mean under this government? Insecurity for millions as the prescription for economic success. Everyday people having to pay the price of hard times. Young people fated to have a worse life than their parents, and public services cut back to the core. We've had 5 years of these ideas. We've had 5 years of this experiment, and it has failed. So today we tear up the old assumptions. Britain succeeds not when we only reward those with the six-figure bonuses, but when we reward the hard work of every working person in our country. Britain succeeds not when our schools and hospitals are cut back to the bone, but when we invest so they can strive to be the best in the world. Britain succeeds not with communities that are fraying at the edges, but when we have communities where people share a common life. Britain succeeds not when those who have the access and the wealth have all the power, but when everyone's voice is heard. And Britain succeeds not when we turn in on ourselves, but when we are strong and confident and look outward to the world. That is the kind of country we are. That's how Britain can be better than this. And it all begins with our economy. You see, we believe the success of our nation will be built on the success of working people. So with our plan, everyone who puts in will get to share fairly in our prosperity as a country. See, the Tories would have you believe that low pay is necessary for Britain to succeed. Friends, that is wrong. Low pay and insecurity stop us succeeding. They hold back working people and hold back our country. So we will set new ambitions for the minimum wage. A minimum wage by 2019 reaching its highest ever proportion of average earnings, rising to more than £8 an hour. So hard work pays again in our country. And we write the next chapter in the fight to end low pay. And as we tackle low pay, so too insecurity. This government has overseen an epidemic of insecurity with 0 hours contracts. I tell you, a text message at 6 a.m. telling you if you have work that day is no basis for building a modern economy. And our plan will have a simple principle at its heart. We will legislate so everyone who works regular hours will get a regular contract, not a 0 hours contract. And that is just the beginning of our plan for family finances. For the 4.5 million people on tax credits, We pledge today to protect them, not cut them, as the Tories have said they would. For working parents, we will not just have 25 hours free nursery care for 3- and 4-year-olds, but we will go further. The next Labour government will introduce a new national childcare service to work with primary schools to help guarantee that wraparound childcare that should be there for every working parent that wants it.